Hey everyone, so today we're just going to be going over navigating the EV3 Mindstorm software. So just to start things off on the right foot, there is one version, or one specific version of the EV3 software that you should have installed on your computer, and this is the Student Edition as opposed to the Home Edition. The reason you want to install the Student Edition is because it has additional blocks that are somewhat vital to your programming in the near future. For now, if you want to, or if you've already installed the Home Edition, you can use that for now. But once you get to the tougher stuff, a lot of those blocks aren't actually going to be included in the Home Edition, and as a result, it's better for you to download the Student Edition. And same goes for if you're actually programming on mobile. That'll work for the first few lessons, but eventually you'll have to download the Student Edition on a laptop or a desktop. So let's get going. So immediately after you launch the software, you'll be greeted with this page right over here. You can see there are several features. This is if you want to do what Lego has in store for you, but the way you create a new program is by either clicking New Project here, or what I usually do is say Add Project over here. So click that plus button in the top left. It'll take a little bit to load. And over here, you're gifted with this kind of workspace. If you look over here, you can see that there are several different types of colored blocks. So essentially, these all correspond to different programming methods, essentially, or actions. So, for instance, the blocks in the green tab are action, and these are because they are blocks that actually make the robot move. For instance, here is the medium motor block, here is a move tank and a move steering block, which makes your robot move forward. Over here we have flow control, so loops, switches, stuff like that. Over here we have actual sensor blocks. Over here is the math section. Over here is just complicated, more advanced functions. And over here is my blocks, which is something that we'll get to later in the course. If you can see over here, as of now, it says no brick connected. The way that I would prefer you guys to connect your robots to your computer is via Bluetooth. This is relatively easy, and I'll show you guys how to do that in a later video. But as for now, when you purchase your EV3 Mindstorms kit, there should be an EV3 or a USB connector that you can simply plug into your computer and then plug that into your Mindstorm software. From there, assuming you have one connected, you can either click download, and then when you click download, you'll see it in your EV3 brick, or you can just press play, which will play the program immediately. And the same goes for if you're using Bluetooth. Bluetooth is just easier because in that case you won't have any wires kind of holding your robot's movement back. And then there's just some more tabs over here. This one is simply it'll show you your brick connectivity, and you can refresh if it's not showing up. Over here is all of your ports, A, B, C, D, and 1, 2, 3, 4, corresponding to the motors and the sensors. And over here is just your general brick information. So right now I don't have any brick connected. Just going over a couple other things, you can see on the top right, there is a select, which means that you can just select any of these blocks, stuff like that. There's also a pan function in which you can pan this around if you need more space. This is a comment. If you want to comment in some of your code, go back to select here, just drag it here and say something like, this is the start block. And this is only if you're or I think commenting in general is good practice, but usually if you have other people that are going to read your code and your code is fairly complicated, it's always a good practice to have comments in your code just to make sure they know what you're saying. Alright, and then over here we have a save project function. So if you think you've made a good program, you can save it. You can also do that just saying Control S. Or Command S, depending on what computer you're using. Over here we have undo and redo functions, so Control Z, Control Shift Z, respectively. We also have zoom in and zoom out. just in case you ever want to use that. Um, and this is kind of irrelevant, so we're not going to be using that for now. So yeah, basically, this is what the EV3 software looks like. I know it probably looks like a lot to you guys right now, if you haven't worked with EV3 before, but as soon as we start making some programs, it's going to look very, very simple. So yeah, look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.